Welcome back to this channel. In today's video, we will look at a few solved problems on static equilibrium. Problem 1. Suppose a person has a height of 175 cm and weight of 720 newtons. In order to estimate the position of a center of gravity is the point through which the weight of the person acts. The person lay down, stretched out horizontally on a uniform board supported at one end by a scale as shown below. If the board's weight is 50 newtons and the scale reading here is 360 newtons, find the distance of this person's center of gravity from the left end of the board. So let's sketch free body diagram of this board. So the first force acting on this board is the normal force from the support, N, and then you have the weight of that board acting vertically downward at the middle point, since the board is uniform, and the weight is 50 newtons. And you have the weight of the person, 720 newtons, pressing on the board as well. And the point at which it acts is where the center of gravity of the person is. So 720 newtons. Let's assume the distance is x from the left end of the board. And one other force is the 360 Newton force. Now the board and the feet is pressing against the scale. In turn, the scale will press against the board in an upward direction, creating 360 Newton force. So the direction is like that, 360 newtons. Now let's calculate the net torque acting on this board. Now there are four forces: the normal force, the weight of the person, the weight of that uniform board, and the reaction or the normal force from the scale. So net torque is contributed by individual torques, or more accurately, the sum of all the torques. Now let's start with the normal force. What is the torque due to that force, say, about an axis passing through that point? Now we shall choose an axis passing through this point to evaluate our net torque. It does not make any difference where we place the axis of rotation because the system as a whole is not rotating, so the net torque about any axis would be zero. For convenience, we choose an axis passing through that particular point. The torque due to the normal force about an axis passing through that point is zero because the moment arm for that force is zero. It is situated exactly at the axis of rotation. Now let's move on to the 720 Newton force. The torque due to the 720 Newton force equals to the force, which is 720 newtons, times the moment arm for that force, the distance between the axis of rotation to the point where the force acts. So in this case, it is just x. This 720 Newton force would try to rotate the board in a clockwise rotation or clockwise manner about that axis of rotation. So let's assume, or let's take the clockwise rotation to correspond to negative torque. Now let's move on to the next force, the 50 Newton force. The torque due to that is the force, which is 50 newtons, times the moment arm, which is this entire distance, the distance between the axis of rotation to where the force acts. And that is half of 175 cm. So this distance is 175 divided by 2 centimeters. In meter, it is 0.875. And since this force would also try to rotate the board in a clockwise manner, we can associate a negative sign to it as well. And finally, the torque due to the 360 Newton force, that one. The torque due to that is 360 Newton force times the moment arm, which in this case, the distance from the axis of rotation to where the force acts. It's the same as 175 cm, or the length of the person. In meter is 1.75 meter. the 360 Newton force would tend to rotate that beam in a counterclockwise direction, so we can take the sign to be positive. If clockwise is negative, then anticlockwise or counterclockwise has got to be positive. So there we have it. The net torque equals to 0. And that net torque is found by taking this, which is 0, plus that, which is minus 720x, plus that, which is minus 50 times 0.875, plus that, which is 360 times 1.75. And you can solve for x. When you solve for x, you get an answer of 0.814 meter, or 81.4 cm. That is the location of center of gravity of the person measured from the left end of the board. And that solves the problem. Problem 2. A uniform horizontal beam 5 meter long and weighing 350 newtons is attached to a wall by a pin, that is here, that allows the beam to rotate. Its far end is supported by a cable. This is the cable that makes an angle of 50 degrees, alpha is 50 degrees, with respect to the horizontal as shown in the figure. If a person weighing 550 newtons stands 2 meters from the wall, find the magnitude of the tension in the cable and the components of the force F exerted by the wall on the beam. So let's do the free body diagram of that beam. The first one is the tension, T. The second one is the weight of the beam itself, which we know to be 350 newtons. And the third force is the weight of the person, which is 550 newtons. And the last one is the force exerted by the wall on the beam, approximately in that direction. Let's call it F. So this F has two components. One component is parallel to the beam. You can take that to be Fx. And the other one is perpendicular to the beam, Fy. X is the horizontal direction, Y is the vertical direction. In order to determine the magnitude of tension, let's use condition 2 of equilibrium. Let's determine the net torque on this beam about that point, the point where the force F acts. So it's an axis passing through that particular point. So the torque due to the force itself about an axis passing through this point, let's say the axis is perpendicular to the plane, is 0, because F has 0 moment arm for that axis of rotation. It is situated exactly on the axis of rotation, so it does not contribute any torque. Now let's look at the 550 Newton force. The torque due to the weight of the person equals to the force, which is 550 Newton, times the moment arm. Moment arm is measured from the axis of rotation to where the force acts. So in this case is 2 meters. So it's times 2. We can see that this 550 Newton force would tend to rotate this beam about that axis in a clockwise manner. So we can associate a negative sign for clockwise rotation. Next, let's move on to 350 Newton force. Likewise, this 350 Newton force would tend to rotate the beam clockwise as well. So we can attach a minus sign for the torque. The torque itself is 350 newtons times the moment arm. The moment arm is the distance from the axis of rotation to where the force acts. So that is 2.5, half of that 5 meter, so 2.5. And the last force is the tension. This tension has two components. One component is the Y component, and the other one is the X component. It is the Y component that contributes to the torque. because the x component is parallel to the moment arm. So the y component is perpendicular to the moment arm. So that contributes to the torque. The torque due to tension is therefore the y component of that tension times the moment arm, which is 5 meters, because tension force is situated at a distance of 5 meters from the axis of rotation. This Ty will tend to rotate the beam counterclockwise, so the sign can be taken out to be positive. In terms of tension, Ty is T sine alpha. So sine alpha is 50 degrees times 5 meter. So the net torque, which is 0, equals to this plus that plus that plus that. So what we mean is equating the net torque, which is 0, to minus 550 times 2, that's this one, plus minus 350 times 2.5, which is that torque, plus T sine 50 times 5, which is this torque, equals to 0. And you can solve for the unknown tension. So let's write this out explicitly. Minus 550 times 2 is minus 1,100. Minus 350 times 2.5 is minus 875. And the last term is 5t sine 50 degrees. And that equals to 0. And you can solve for the tension. The tension turns out to be about 516 newtons. Now let's determine the components of the force F. Let's begin with Fx. There are only two forces heading in a horizontal manner, Fx and Tx. So they must cancel out in order to give a net force along the x direction to be 0. Now we know what Tx is. Tension has been determined, 516 newtons. And the x component of that tension is 516 times cosine alpha. So alpha is 50 degrees, cosine 50. And you get 332 newtons. Now let's determine the y component. The y component of the force F is going up. So Fy minus the 550 is going down, so minus 550. The 350 is going down, so minus 350. The y component of tension is going up, so plus Ty. Ty is tension times sine alpha. Alpha is 50 degrees. And that should give you 0 from condition 1 of static equilibrium that states the net force along the y direction has got to be 0. Tension has been found to be 516, so 516, and you can solve for F sub y. When you solve for it, you get about 505 newtons. And that solves the problem. Problem 3. A woman of mass 50 kg sits on the left end of a plank of length 4 meters. So it's pivoted in the middle as shown in the figure below. Where should the man with mass 70 kg sit if the plank is to be balanced? So the free body diagram is as follows. Is the weight of the person, the woman 50 times gravity, the man 70 times gravity, the weight of that beam, and the normal force exerted by the support. Let's evaluate the torque about an axis passing through that point. So the only two forces contribute, this and that. So the torque due to 50g weight is 50g times L over 2. The torque due to 70g weight is 70g times x. So g cancels. L is 4 meters. So x is 50 times 4 divided by 2 over 70, which is about 1.43 meters. So the man should sit at distance of 1.43 meters to the right of that support if the system were to be balanced. Thank you for watching.